I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. Alright, I want to start with, fuck Bernie. You could have been the President of the United States right now. You wouldn't be president right now, but you could have won the presidency. Because what you needed to have done was to go and say, you know what? I'm not going to endorse Hillary, and you wouldn't need to say, I'm going to run in the general election as a Green Party candidate. Okay, you couldn't go as independent because Jill Stein would have still been running the general election, and you might have split the progressive vote a little bit between you and Jill Stein, so that wouldn't have worked at all. What you would have needed to do is say, you know what, Jill Stein, I like your idea. I'm going to take the reins and be the presidential candidate of the Green Party, and you, Jill Stein, are going to be my VP pick. So us together as progressive, we could push for a progressive agenda to help the people of the United States of America. And then Bernie, what Jill would have done was she could have pushed you to the left, said, hey Bernie, you need to also talk about ranked choice voting. What we need to do is get ranked choice voting pushed in a lot of states and in some of the national voting that we're able to do, and say, you know what, instead of people worrying about having to split the vote, they can just rank the choices they want the most, so people can't be afraid of, oh, well, if I vote for Bernie or if I vote for someone else that's progressive, they might not win over the Democratic candidate, and I don't really want to stop the Republicans from winning, so I'm not going to waste my vote. You could eliminate that and say, you know what, we're going with ranked choice voting. I'm going to also talk about what Jill's been talking about for the last few months, and say we're going to do debt forgiveness for students, and say, you know what, we're going to forgive students for all those student loans, and we're going to make sure that they're financially secure and they could go and pursue a whole bunch of jobs, buy plenty of big money items that they need, like houses, cars, start businesses that they're not able to do right now, so on and so forth. Also, what you need to have done was just smash Hillary on how she is for the donors. What she wants to do is what the donors want. That's all she's been this whole time, is just someone that supports the donors. She doesn't support working people. She doesn't support the middle class. She doesn't support black people, the poor, Native Americans, Hispanics. She serves the donors. We need someone that supports the people, that's fighting for the people, that's going to make laws for the people, not for the donors. So that's what you need to have done, is go as a Green Party, not as an independent. And then another thing was that instead of all this talk about a lot of progressives and left-leaning Democrats and still worried about, oh, well, we need a new progressive party, and what are we going to do because the Democratic Party is just so corrupt, and they're corporate shills too, just like the Republicans are. No, you just said, no, if you're progressive, we don't need to build a new party because we already have a progressive party, and that's the Green Party. So if you can, register as a Green Party, vote for Green Party, for me and Jill Stein as the Green Party presidential nominee. If you have any Green Party candidates running in your state, vote for them, look them up, make sure they're progressive, and vote for them, and start building your local Green Party. Donate, volunteer, because we have a progressive party right now. Tell everybody about the Green Party. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Post it on Facebook, post it on Twitter, post it on Instagram, because we have one right now. So tell everybody right now that we have a progressive party. We don't have to start another one because we have one. Let's build it right now. And then we could also say, we also need to tear down the Democratic Party and say, you guys are corrupt. You're the same as the Republicans. We need to chop your ass down and say, we're going to build you up. Or maybe you couldn't have said that, but after you won, you could have said, you know what, the Democratic Party also needs to be for the people. You guys need to be chopped down. Everybody at DNC needs to be fired. And you guys need to get progressive people as heads of the DNC. All the people that work in the DNC need to be for the people, not for the corporations. We need to fight to get money out of politics. We're going to overthrow Citizens United. We're going to overthrow Buckley versus Vallejo. Corporations are not people. We got to get rid of that shit right now. We need a constitutional amendment to get money out of politics right now. I'm a Wolfpack volunteer in North Carolina. Let's go volunteer for Wolfpack. Let's get a constitutional amendment to get money out of politics. You could have said, if you're watching this and you want to get money out of politics, go to wolfpack.com. Let's get money out. Oh, and then of course, whenever the WikiLeaks dropped, and then we got all us progressive knew all about how Hillary was corrupt and how she supported just her donors and she wasn't for the people. You could have smashed from the last debate and said, oh my gosh, look at what Hillary's just said. She talks about how she's a liar. She has a public opinion and a private opinion on her stances for policy, and how people shouldn't know about all the backdoor deals that are going on to get policies pushed. You could have talked about how her Clinton Foundation is getting money from foreign governments and how those governments are getting kickbacks from Hillary Clinton when she was Secretary of State. You could have just, and then on it goes. I think I'm going to look at more of them to make sure, but just on it goes about how Clinton was for the people. You could have talked about how she only supports certain policies based on polls. She doesn't want to support policies based on what she wants, but where the wind's blowing, because she is not a leader. You could have smashed her on that. Said she's not a leader because she's not saying, I want these policies because it's good for America or it's good for the working class, etc. She says, I'm going to go with this policy because my donors want it or because everybody else has already said this is what they want. Even sometimes she doesn't want that. You could have smashed her on about how she got that question from Donna in Brazil over the death penalty. You could have smashed her about how even with knowing the question beforehand, she still gave a shitty answer on why she wants to keep the death penalty. There is no reason why we should have the death penalty when we know that 10% of the people on there are innocent. That is just totally egregious. You could have smashed her on that again and again and again. And what you would have also done was, I didn't look at the numbers yet. I need to look at them. But you could have talked about how she suppressed the Democratic vote, and you would have brought people out. You would have brought a lot of independents out. You would have brought a lot of young people out. You'd have brought out more Hispanic people out. You'd have brought more black people out. You'd have brought everybody and their brothers to come out and vote for you and Jill Stein. Because they would have known that I am definitely not voting for Hillary Clinton, because she is everything that's wrong with the Democratic Party and with our political party right now. Trump, he doesn't have it. A lot of people have said Trump doesn't have it. Bernie Sanders and Jill Stein have it. I'm going to vote for them. And you would have beat them. You would have won, and then Hillary would have been in third place. Because nobody liked her. Nobody was going to come out and vote for her over you. They would have, and a lot of people that were like, oh, maybe I'll go with Trump. No, they would have went for you instead of Trump, and you would have won the presidency. So, fuck. We lost. But you know what? Sometimes that's how it goes. So, just what we need to do now is go, and we need to go fight. I'm fighting. I'm still going to make calls for Wolfpack. So, if you're watching still, I need you to go fight too.